Chapter 1. The beginning that should never have happened. Lena came to the cafe only for a moment. She wanted to rest, calm her thoughts, and hide from the world even for a little while. The gentle aroma of coffee and the warm light pouring through the windows created the soothing atmosphere she desperately needed. She sat in the corner, hoping no one would approach her. Then she noticed him. The man at the counter wasn't just glancing in her direction. He was watching her closely, as if he already knew something about her. His gaze was steady, a little too intense for a stranger. When he walked toward her, Lena felt a strange tightening in her stomach, an inexplicable mix of unease and fascination. "May I?" he asked, pointing to the chair. She nodded without really knowing why. He introduced himself as Adam. His voice was calm, his smile disarming. Their conversation flowed surprisingly naturally, as if they had known each other for years. Lena hadn't felt such lightness in a long time. The past months had been full of stress and unpleasant situations, especially involving one particular person, a person who had just opened the cafe door, Marta, her former friend, a woman who once stood by Lena in every situation but had become someone completely different, someone who watched her every step, literally. Lena had noticed her in various places, supposedly by coincidence, supposedly just passing by. But those coincidences happened far too often, always exactly where they shouldn't. Marta stood in the doorway, and from the very first second Lena knew this wasn't just a random visit. Her eyes were unnaturally focused, opened wide, as if the sight of Lena with someone else stabbed her straight through. Her lips were pressed together so tightly they turned white. As she walked toward them, her steps were slow but tense. There was something disturbing in her gaze, an intensity that had long since crossed the line of ordinary jealousy. This was something deeper, darker, obsessive. "I see you're having a great time," she said, stopping right beside their table. Her tone was overly sweet, but fury boiled in her eyes. Adam looked at her, confused, but didn't manage to say anything. Lena felt a tightening pressure in her chest. She knew Marta hadn't come here by chance. She also knew that this woman had long lost control of her emotions. Her messages full of accusations, her constant comments, her strange presence everywhere. Lena appeared. It all formed a pattern that was becoming more and more disturbing. And looking at Marta now, standing over them, Lena realized this was only the beginning. Marta wasn't jealous. She was dangerous, and ready to do anything to have Lena back for herself. Chapter 2. Her eyes follow every step. After leaving the cafe, Lena felt a growing unease. Adam was kind, and their conversation had been pleasant, but the shadow of Marta's presence dulled everything. Her piercing, unnaturally intense stare lingered in Lena's mind like a stain she couldn't wash off. She wanted to go home, lock the door, and shut out the world. A few minutes later, she felt it, that familiar tension. That feeling that someone was behind her. She wasn't paranoid. She already knew this rhythm of footsteps. She glanced over her shoulder and saw Marta, pretending to look at her phone, yet walking exactly at Lena's pace. Too close, too quiet, too deliberate. Lena sped up. Marta sped up too. Thoughts flooded Lena's mind. All the things she had ignored. The late-night messages, the questions about her every move, the complaints that Lena wasn't the same anymore. Marta could send a dozen messages in a row if Lena didn't respond within minutes. Lately, she even wrote that someone is ruining you and someone is taking you away. Lena turned into a side street, but when she looked back, Marta was already right behind her. "Can we talk?" Marta asked, trying to sound calm, but her voice trembled under the weight of suppressed emotions. "Why are you following me?" Lena asked, trying not to reveal how frightened she was. "Following you? Don't exaggerate," Marta smirked, as if Lena had said a joke. "I'm just going home." But the lie was too obvious. Marta stepped closer, too close, as if she didn't understand personal boundaries at all. Her eyes gleamed with a strange, dark light. This wasn't anger. It was something much stronger. "I saw how you looked at him," Marta whispered. "At that Adam and how he looked at you." "Marta, it was just a conversation." "There's no such thing as just a conversation," she hissed. "You really think I don't see what's going on?" Lena stepped back. Marta stepped forward. "I've always protected you," Marta continued, her voice turning disturbingly soft, almost tender. "I won't let some random man hurt you." "He will, I know it. Men like him always hide something. I see more than you do. I always have. Marta, you need to stop, Lena tried to say, but Marta's whisper cut through her words like a knife. I won't let anyone take you away. You are important. The most important. Lena felt her entire body tighten with fear. Marta stood so close she could hear the rapid, unsteady rhythm of her breath. There was nothing left of the old friendship in her eyes, only obsession, growing like a shadow stretching across the ground. Don't walk away, Marta whispered even softer. Don't do this to me. Lena knew she had to retreat. She had to run before Marta crossed yet another line. Because one thing was certain. Marta wasn't going to stop. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Chapter 3. The line that must not be crossed. Lena woke with the unsettling feeling that someone was watching her. All night she had disturbing dreams, as if a presence lingered in her apartment, hovering just out of sight. Instinctively, she reached for her phone. A new message, from a number she should no longer be seeing. Did you dream about him? She swallowed hard. A moment later, another message arrived. He's not right for you. That was enough to trigger every alarm in her mind. She had blocked Marta everywhere she could, changed her privacy settings. But Marta always found a way, always. That day, Lena was supposed to meet Adam. She wanted to cancel. Yet the thought of being alone with her thoughts felt even worse. Adam was waiting by the fountain. His calm, warm smile gave her a fleeting sense of normalcy. Everything okay? He asked, noticing her tension. Just a rough morning. They walked through the town square, and Lena slowly began to relax. But suddenly Adam stopped and narrowed his eyes. That girl, she's following us. Do you know her? Lena felt a cold wave wash over her. She turned around slowly. Marta was standing on the opposite side of the street, pretending to look at a shop window, but her body was stiff, unnaturally focused, like a predator studying the movement of its prey. Lena's phone vibrated. I see you. Adam glanced at her, growing more concerned. Lena, who is she? Before Lena could answer, Marta did something that made her breath hitch in her throat. Marta lifted her phone and took a picture of them. Slowly, deliberately, as if to make sure. Lena understood that nothing escaped her, that everything, every gesture, every step, belonged to her. We need to go, Lena whispered. Adam nodded without another question. They walked quickly, but Lena knew Marta wouldn't fall behind, and she was right. When she looked back one last time, she saw Marta following them. Slowly, step after step, with a cold, strangely serene smile. And in that moment, Lena realized something she had been too afraid to name. Marta no longer had control over her emotions, and her obsession was crossing a line from which there was no return. Chapter 4. When Fear Becomes Everyday Life. The night after meeting with Adam was torture for Lena. She woke up several times, certain someone was standing right beside her. Every sound felt too loud, too unnatural. In the morning, when she opened her door, she saw something that stole the breath from her lungs. A photo lay on the doormat. She and Adam, the one Marta had taken. Printed black and white. A red cross marked over Adam's face, and underneath it, "He's ruining your life." Lena knew Marta must have been there during the night. She must have come right up to her door. And Lena also knew she had never given Marta her address. That meant only one thing. Marta searched for it herself. And she found it. Lena tried calling Adam, but he didn't pick up. On her way to work, she kept feeling someone behind her. She wanted to turn around, go home, lock herself inside and hide from everything. But she also knew fear would only give Marta more control. At work, she could barely function. She felt like she was stuck inside a glass bubble, and the voices of people around her sounded like a distant echo. At the end of the day, as she stepped outside the building, her heart froze. On the bench across the street sat Marta. Not hiding, not pretending, watching Lena as if she had every right to be there. Let's talk, Marta said calmly, approaching slowly. Marta, you need to stop, Lena began, but Marta grabbed her wrist. Her grip was cold, alarmingly strong. He's taking you away, Marta whispered, bringing her face dangerously close. I see it. I know you. I've always known you, and I won't let anyone hurt you. Let me go, Lena forced out, trying to pull her hand free. But Marta didn't seem to hear her. Her eyes twitched slightly, and her voice became disturbingly soft, almost tender. I do everything for you. For us. You can't leave. You can't abandon me. Lena finally jerked harder and freed herself. Marta stared at her with hurt that turned within a heartbeat into cold hostility. "He's changing you," she hissed, "and I will not accept that." Lena walked away quickly, fighting the rising panic. She didn't dare look back. But she knew Marta was still standing there, watching, waiting. When she reached the intersection, her phone vibrated. A new message. "You're mine. You just don't understand it yet." Lena stopped for a moment, feeling something inside her break. This wasn't jealousy anymore. This was possession. A dark, sick obsession that grew stronger every day. Chapter 5. An obsession that crosses every boundary. After another sleepless night, Lena knew one thing. She had to tell Adam the truth. Marta had crossed every line, and fear had become part of Lena's daily life. They met in the park, in a place full of people, because only there did Lena feel even remotely safe. "She's following me. She was at my door. She takes pictures of us," Lena confessed, her voice trembling. Adam's expression darkened. "Lena, this isn't jealousy anymore. This is obsession. We're going to the police." They took a few steps toward the exit when Adam suddenly stopped. "Don't turn around," he whispered. "She's here." Lena turned anyway. Marta stood several meters away, staring directly at her. This time she wasn't hiding anything. Her face showed something broken, yet frighteningly calm, as if she was no longer the same person they once knew. She held a phone in her hand. "Lena, why him?" she asked, her voice soft, almost gentle. "Marta, please. Let me live," Lena said, feeling her heart pound wildly. Marta lifted the phone and showed them the screen. Hundreds of photos. Lena at work. Lena at home. Lena through a window. Every day, every hour. "I know everything about you," Marta said with a cold, certain tone. "I know you better than he does." Adam stepped forward to stop her, but Marta shouted, "Don't come closer." "She's mine!" Those words hit Lena harder than the scream itself. "Marta, I never pushed you away," Lena whispered. "But this obsession is destroying you. You need help." Something flickered in Marta's eyes. For a second, she looked as if she was coming back to herself, as if she finally understood what she had done. She stepped back. Then again, "I didn't want to lose you," she murmured. And suddenly she turned and ran deeper into the park, disappearing between the trees. There was no aggression in her movement, only raw, overwhelming despair. Adam wanted to go after her, but Lena stopped him. "No, she needs help, not a chase." Moments later, Lena looked at her phone. A new message from Marta had arrived. A photo taken just moments ago. Lena and Adam standing together in the park. Underneath one sentence, "I will learn to walk away, but I won't stop loving you." A shiver ran through Lena, a mix of relief and uncertainty. It was the end, but not the kind she expected. And even though Marta had walked away, Lena understood one thing. You never truly forget someone who loved you to the point of obsession.